to make it today. I have no choice. It's me or nothing. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where we're all about value-adding content for you to live an authentic and fulfilled life. Today we're back with another KBs and Chai. So excited. I love these talks. You guys know I like to talk, so let's get into it. So today's topic is all about when is the best time to move to Africa. I got this question a lot, so I was like, let's just address it in the community, on the socials, on YouTube, because A, it's reference for many people, because a lot of you who ask are on here. A lot of people ask me when I knew it was a good time, and then also they ask for themselves advice of when's a good time, how much money, all of that stuff. So as usual, I just feel like the best way to address it is through a video. Let's get into it. So I'm gonna break this video into two different parts. So we're gonna first discuss when you have a lot of capital, the advantages and the disadvantages. A lot of people, I think it's everyone's vision, is to come when you have a lot of money saved. You've done your due diligence, of course, you've done your research, and then you come. And I think that is the best option for you, for everybody, of course, is when you have a plan. Anyone without a plan is you're just not serious with life, obviously, and that was me. But now that I'm a woman with a plan, I'm a girl with a plan. It's a bit different these days, which is nice. But when you come with a lot of capital, the good thing is that whatever it is that you want to do, you have a lot to put towards, which is great. You have a lot, you could already think of creating the system. You don't have to think of investors, or maybe you already have, and then now you've made that initial step, done all the research, and you've visited many times, I hope, and you've looked into your industry, and then you've taken the plunge. I'm gonna give you this perspective, which is my perspective. And my perspective is the entrepreneurial perspective. Not everybody's an entrepreneur, and not everybody understands how entrepreneurs think. We're wild people with crazy way of seeing life, and we often take a lot more risks. And with that being said, that's not everybody. The advantages with having so much capital, like I said, is that you can just dive deep into whatever it is that you want to do. And I just think of back when, the 6 years I kept coming back, thinking, oh, I'm going to come one day, I'm going to live 6 months here, 6 months Canada, 6 months Uganda, 6 months Canada. I think of all the ideas I had then. I'm the typical entrepreneur of like, you have a list of 20, 25, 30 different business ideas, and they just keep adding up. And it's crazier when you do actually live in the society that you want to stay in forever. You end up with so many more. But at the time, I had all of these crazy visions, amazing things I wanted to do. And one of the biggest ones, I had honed down and decided on one business. And I was going to go full throttle on that. And then COVID happened, yada, yada. You guys know my story already. If you don't, please check out all the other videos on the channel. And then now, it's not that I don't ever want to do that. I just want to do that in like retirement, which is hilarious, the pivot, because at the time I was 28, 29. And then retirement would be like 55 or whatever. But I just felt like now in hindsight, now that I've lived here, I've been here for coming to 5 years, I was like, such a beautiful business idea, but I want to be very senior in what it is I do in my career, my businesses and everything before I go into that realm of what I want to do at the time. Anyway, to sum it all up. So the advantages when you have a lot of capital is, yes, you have a lot of money. It's great. You have a lot of money. You can do a lot of trial and error. You could try a lot of things. I think when I first came, I had a lot of money because I had savings, and then COVID ate it. But I had also come with the understanding that I was coming on a trip, 5-month trip, mind you, but a trip. Then I was going to go back, organize my life, wrap it up, and then come. And then that was saving and all of that stuff, then come and make the final move, right? So COVID ate it. So I've been here also without a lot of capital. So we'll get into that in a second and kind of compare the advantages and disadvantages for both. So as I was saying before, why it's so interesting from an entrepreneurial mindset, and you have to keep this in mind when you're watching this video. Me, who's an entrepreneur, I've always been about businesses, growing businesses, and that's just forever going to be what I want to do for the rest of my life. You realize there's something about having no money that causes a certain drive. It causes you to open your eyes, you're more aware, you're more alert. probably because you're trying to think of how you're going to eat the next day. It was never that dramatic, but I'm just giving you an example of just entrepreneurs in the world. You have bills, you have employees, you have whatever it may be. You're thinking of just dope, different ideas. You're more creative because of that hunger. And I think living here long enough, I realized when you have a lot of money, or you're a business, you get to your point in your business when it's creating a lot, you get to a point, I wouldn't say it's comfort. I don't even know what the word is. Like, when I find it, I'll put it in the description. But there's a certain place you get. It's like you're comfortable, you've plateaued. And because there's no drive, because there's no starvation and a hunger in your eyes and in your belly, you're not thinking about, how am I going to make sure I'm okay? How am I going to make sure the lights are on? It's not there. So there's no like drive for you to push you to be more creative. You're just there on your chair, happy, humble, fed, and fat. And you're just like, life is so good, which is great. And I think it takes a level of tapping into being present and then just being like, what problems can I solve? What can I do? When you have a lot of money to get back into that. But there's a place, and I don't know what it is. Like, guys, please help me in the comment section below. But there's a certain place that you get where you realize you're just not as about problem solving and creating solutions versus feeding an ego and what it is that you want when you've kind of quote unquote made it. I'm saying quote unquote made it because everyone's made it is different, but at least your business is in a place where it's quite comfortable, and therefore you are quite comfortable. So coming here without as much capital, it forces you to have to see a lot more. It forces you to be out there, talk to more people. You're hungry, you're wanting to network more, you want to be out there, you want to see what the country has to offer for you. It's like anywhere that you move or anywhere that you live. You're just in a place of, I have to make it today. I have no choice. It's me or nothing. That's it. You're in like hyper-focused mode. You're in the zone. You're laser focused. You're just like, this has to happen, you know? And not everybody that makes it with money, especially if money is your motive, by the way, and that's another topic. That should be the tagline for KBs and Chai. Another topic for another day, but literally another topic for another day. Whatever your drive is for your business, if it's money, once you make the money, a lot of people get comfortable. You can see it. The zest of what the business was kind of disappears. It dissipates. So I would say there's advantages and disadvantages to both, to having a lot of capital and then to having a limited source of capital. The limited source, you end up putting yourself in more industries, you're doing a lot more, doing a lot more collaborations, reaching to a lot more people because your business is on the line at the end of the day. Your livelihood is on the line, right? When you come with a lot, it's like a lot of companies, or even just people who just get an injection of cash before they're ready and they kind of just eat it for a while, and it's even worse when it keeps being replenished and replenished. You keep just getting more and you're getting more, and then you're not as impactful at the end of the day. And that's not everyone's case. That's not every business's case, every story's person's case, but it often happens and you realize, okay, maybe there is a beauty in not having, because it makes you be in the trenches, on the ground, in the dirt, with everybody. You're your accountant, you're your finance, you're your marketing, you're your customer service, you're your own assistant. And I think it's the same conversation I've had previously. I forget which video it was. I think it was about the business, the support for small businesses in Africa, obviously Uganda. And I was just saying that we are very spoiled as a society because we don't have a middle class. Generally, it's very small. So if you have decent money and you can afford to outsource, people just outsource. And those generally are the people that get comfortable. So anyway, that's basically how I see it. So I say all that to say, I don't think there's a perfect time. I think you should just do the move. It sounds so cliche because people ask all the time, literally at least once a week or a few times a month. And they're asking, when is the opportune time? When did you know? And I'm like, I didn't. I got stuck here. And I mean, whatever it is you guys believe, it's up to you. But between me and God was like, you're never going to go if you just don't go. Just go. He was like, oh, you want to go so bad? You be there. stuck. And best thing to ever happen to me in my life, best thing. I always say it, I'm like, this will always be my base. I could live anywhere. I plan to. I want to be somewhere. I want to be in Singapore for 6 months. You never know. Yeah. Whatever. But this will always be my base. And with that being said, I feel like I've learned so much. I've grown up so much. I've learned about so many different areas of myself, of other people, different societies, whatever it may be. And it's continuous. It's constant. And I love it. So there's never a perfect time. There's never an opportune time. It's never going to be when the economy is a bullish versus going through a recession. Just do it and figure it out. Life is so funny that way. Everything always works out. Everything always works out as it's meant to and when it's meant to. You'll never be destitute, especially if you're moving here. I'm assuming you're somewhere else, and I'm hoping you have your situation sorted there that you could always go back. It's never permanent. Nothing is ever permanent in life anyways. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up. So if anyone ever asks, there's never a perfect time, and you're never going to have all the money in the world, and you're never going to be destitute. So you might as well just pick up and do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do remember to like, subscribe. Thank you for continuously sharing. It means the absolute world. It really, really does. It encourages me to keep coming up here, on here, and showing up and showing out for you guys. And it helps me also understand what topics you guys want to see more of, talk more about, or you want to see more about in Uganda. My vlogs, these videos, and various other things that I show, the interviews, the reviewing videos, etc, etc. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will check you in my next video. Bye, guys.